Hi, this is Uday Turaga from ADI Analytics. This week, I want to talk quickly about why we think oil prices are likely to move back into the 60s by the end of 2026. First, the global economy is slowing and oil demand weakens late in the cycle. Historically, when growth slows late in the cycle, oil demand weakens pretty quickly, especially in transport, petrochemicals, and fuels demand. If prices stay high for too long, demand doesn't quite hold up and it actually drops faster. Second was oil was already oversupplied going into 2026. Even before the Iran conflict began, the oil market was looking at a surplus of a couple million barrels per day in 2026. We might not quite see the same degree of surplus, but we expect non-OPEC supply to essentially grow from the US, Brazil, Guyana, and a couple of new offshore projects. Collectively, we expect the additional supply to bring oil prices down. Third, if you look beyond spot prices and look at the futures curve, the market's already pricing oil lower in the months and years ahead. Long-dated prices are well below today's levels, and that tells you that traders expect disruptions to fade and some of these balances to loosen. Finally, high oil prices feed straight into inflation and consumer pain. That creates political pressure, especially in the US, which is headed for midterm elections here later this year. And collectively, that pressure tends to cap how long oil prices can stay elevated. We've been pulling on these threads in several other recent pieces that we have written on the ADI Analytics blog. We've written an excellent piece on jet fuel and what's happening to jet fuel margins. We've similarly done a piece on helium and how that's been impacted from the conflict. So collectively, there's a lot of new research that we have put out there, and I welcome you to take a look at it. I'll provide links to that here in the comments. And then finally, in October this year, we are hosting the Gas to Grids conference. There's a lot that's happening in data centers, power demand, broader grid reliability, and all of that is pushing a lot of gas into power generation. And that's what the theme of the conference will focus on, essentially what's happening to gas demand, the associated midstream infrastructure, and in particular implications on the various industrial equipment suppliers. Uh, you can read a lot more on adi-analytics.com, and I'll provide the links to all of that here in the comments. Thank you for watching.